Hello, 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 everybody. This is Lorelei Fenton coming at you today, and I am your roving ancient awakening reporter. And I'm also a transformational personal growth coach, which basically means break down your programming real fast. And today I'm bringing you the Ancient Awakening news for May 27th, 2018. And really, there was a lot of really smart people on the pre-call before the actual channeling. So I'm going to say a little bit about what they said today as well. And just remember with the information on the pre-call, it's not channeled, and it may or may not be accurate for you particularly. So as always, check in with your higher self, or HS as we sometimes say. So I actually heard of a new Ascended Master on that pre-call, new for me anyway. And this is Master Hilarion. And they say Ascended Master Hilarion is the head honcho in charge of healing on the planet. So do give him a shout out if you need some healing. And also, another thing is forget about putting your teeth under your pillow. Put a clear quartz crystal under your pillow. And set the intention to remember your dreams, or at least your most important ones. Because one of our brothers now remembers dreams with this new method where he never did before. So I'm starting to give that a shot myself. Now, St. Germaine has a fabulous DNA activation. It's very, very powerful along with our chant. If you don't know what chants I'm talking about, then you'll have to stick around a little bit and come on our calls and get to know us a little bit and find that out. But you can Google St. Germaine's DNA activation to start recuperating your 12-stranded DNA and all of those amazing magical abilities we once had and we lost, or at least they went into remission. Now, of course, with every tool, we want to always look inward to our higher self to know what's best for us. You know, no more taking the word of anyone else. We each have a higher self, and that higher self, knows what's best for us. And speaking about St. James, he was in the house this Sunday. St. Germaine, he was in the house this Sunday, May 27th. And he was saying that everything is in motion now. Every day, more and more truths come out. And there's really no stopping the topping now. No one can stop this process that's been set in motion. Isn't that amazing? And we're not so much in the eye of the storm, but rather we are the eye of the storm. Those of us who are the light warriors, light workers. So as we hold on to our peace, that's the eye of the storm. And let the storm rage. It's raging for a reason, to break down the old and make way for the new. The new life, the new sprouts from the new seeds, if you will. And there are rocky times ahead, so fasten your seatbelts. We're feeling the changing energies, especially those of us with the psychic abilities. And we're going to continue to feel that sort of within and without. And as we raise our vibrations higher and higher, we'll feel that change powerfully within, while the outside stuff is going to have less and less of an effect on us. Pretty cool, huh? Talk about overcoming the physical reality. And that's, by the way, why we worked with our Merkaba today in the meditation before the channeling. It's a new tool. And if you don't know about the Merkaba, you might want to be on the calls as we start to work more and more with that, which I think we're going to do. And there's also a good visualization on the internet by Diana Cooper and Tim Wilde. That's Wilde, W-H-I-L-D-E. And it's called Anchor Your 12 Chakras. And in that meditation, which I use sometimes, it has a great Merkaba part of it. And that's from me, by the way, not St. Germaine. But back to our good friend, the saint. The way you use that Merkaba in daily life is when the energy is strong or too strong for you or feeling too much, you put it around you. And also, if you have some kind of a psychic attack, it's going to send it away and dispel it, because nothing bad can penetrate the Merkaba. It sounds a bit like I'm rubber, you're glue, whatever you say bounces off me and sticks to you, right? But this Merkaba is a good tool, and crystals are a good tool, and the violet flame is a good tool. And now is the time to get back in the habit of using these good tools, because nothing can stop the avalanche coming down the mountain. And we do want to step out of the way of that avalanche, right? So that was our lovely channeling from Saint Germaine. And then on May 27th, One Who Serves came on. And it must have been one of the more quiet ones. As you know, this One Who Serves is a conglomerate of individuals who prefer not to name themselves specifically. But they are pretty amazing people that we do know. Anyway, we know that because we heard one of their names on one of the channelings. But anyway, he got right to answering the questions this time. And one of our callers asked about a dream and a book, which she called Mercury Stars, that she was looking for in that dream. So according to One Who Serves, this was a personal book to her, a book of memories personal to her. So some of our dreams do have a meaning, but it's a special meaning for us. You know, some remembrance perhaps, and not so much for the general public. Why am I being worked to death here in this world, was another caller's question. Wow, we've said that, some of us, right? And One Who Serves said there is a contract, and we do come here with a contract. And there is that sort of dastardly karma many of us are playing out. But we don't have to play that out anymore. If you're listening to this, if you're on our calls, we don't have to play that out anymore. And get this, because it's important. Karma from our past lives is over as long as we allow it to be over. Woo-hoo! You see, the karma gives us the medical issues and the emotional ones and anything that may have us feeling trapped. But now we have all these tools that are coming back to us, and we can use them to get out of those states that we feel like we're stuck in. And we have this amazing medical technology that's coming back to us. And we no longer need to have anything that we don't want. Yes, woo! But here's the clincher. We have to believe it. We have to believe the change is here. Then we'll see it. Believing is seeing and not the other way around. And then, by the way, when we're in the higher vibration, nothing at all can affect us. How cool is that? Yeah. And by the way, are you feeling this crazy shift from a carbon-based body to a crystalline one? And all that energy coming in, and the energies are rising, and we're starting to acclimate to it, but there's these weird aches and pains and strange body sensations, and we don't know what they're from. Are you feeling that? So here's the thing. The more light we're able to take in, the less we're going to feel those weird sensations as the change happens. But we can use that Merkaba, and we put it around us to dim down that energy and get ourselves a break from it. Or if we can handle it, we just let the energy come. And if we get the stomach aches and the back aches and the headaches, we know that's temporary. It's the DNA being reinitialized and taking us to the higher and higher realms. How about that? Guess who we are in the future, by the way? It starts with a P and ends with an 80th. Can you guess? Yes, we are Pleiadians at an earlier stage. Now we're at an earlier stage of our evolution, and they are us at a later one. And that's why they're going to be the ones who are primarily going to be present or present themselves to us, you know, when the ships come, because they're a lot like us, and they are us in our future. And it's, of course, a dimension where, of course, there is no future and no past, but that's another story. And yes, someone asked this question. We can interbreed, so to speak, with them. We have breeded with them. Where do you think it came from? One Who Serves said. We are already the product of interbreeding of various species. So even in the galaxy itself, we are a melting pot, or a tossed salad, as we now like to say. That's pretty cool, huh? Also, some of us in the 144,000 are actually hybrid humans, but not hybrid in a negative sense. We're humans who have been hybridized for the purpose of being a sort of emissary, if you will, between the species. So for instance, if you got taken to a spaceship and were artificially inseminated, or your DNA was altered, it was not necessarily for a dark purpose. It was probably not if you're a light warrior or light worker. It very well might have been for a good purpose, a higher purpose. And of course, your higher self would have had to agree to that purpose. So no worries about that. So that's a pretty cool thing. We're here and we've got extra abilities, if you will, from that being a hybrid. By the way, there's been a lot of nasty doings with our sacred symbols here on Earth through the centuries. The swastika and the cross, for instance, had quite a different meaning, and it was a good meaning and a meaning of life. The fleur-de-lis and the ankh were also very meaningful, and many, many others. And the truth of these meanings has been changed for a kind of a dark purpose, if you will. But the truth is coming back and will come back. Isn't that great? So we're going to know what those things really meant and what they were all about. On another note, our dreams are getting more and more interesting. Aren't they getting interesting? Because one of our folks had a dream with Saint Germaine teaching a class in alchemy. And the light energy, he said, was so vibrant and so profound. And when he woke up, the rug was literally vibrating and pulsing like a wave. And he had this sense, this strange sense, that what was between the waves was the true reality. That's kind of interesting, huh? Now, I myself remember once being in a meditation and feeling my whole body dissolve into vibration. You know, like I wasn't matter at all, but I was just vibration. So what we're experiencing is this coming of the shift of consciousness that's going to happen for those of us that are ready. And the colors are brighter, and the intensity is brilliant beyond imagining, and we're the alchemists, and everything is shifting and changing, and we're getting a glimpse of that fifth dimension. That's pretty neat, huh? And here's some real important news, folks. For once, the cabal is not causing destruction. It's not causing the destruction in Hawaii. I know that's hard to believe, but what's actually happening is this is something that is needed for Gaia to cause a release of her inner energy. So it's not something we should meditate on redirecting or stopping, you know, like we did with the hurricanes and so forth. This is a necessary thing. And of course, we want to help the people affected however we can. And of course, that is a tragedy. But it is important for Gaia to, come to her place of balance. And remember that the people in the path of that, they also have their own karmic destiny, if we will. And we don't know what that destiny is or why. So they're experiencing this for a reason, and we don't know what that reason is. So we're told by One Who Serves to let go of the worry, and this is going to wind its way out in a short amount of time. And of course, One Who Serves could not tell us how short, because everything happening here is a probability, right? And nothing is ever set in stone. That's just what we have to deal with, right? But here's another good thing. Time is on our side. Yes, it is, because there was a skewing of the timeline, which had us on that Armageddon timeline. So the time guardians went back and fixed that skewing. Thank you, guardians. Yes. And by the way, the cabal is no longer able to change our timeline. Yes. What a relief, huh? So we have so much to be grateful for. Here we are in the most historic of times. The universe and the galaxy and even the cosmos are all watching us. We are the volunteers. We came here to do this eons sometimes ago. And now we are here right now doing it. And sometimes it's hard and we might feel depressed and it seems like it's taking forever. But we're told, we are promised, everything is taken care of. Go with the flow. Let go. Let it be. Find joy in every moment. And if we do that, the future will be very, very grand indeed. This is our promise from our friends in the ascended realm. Thank you, One Who Serves. We love you and bless you. And we here at Ancient Awakening send all of our love and blessings also to all of you, our brothers and sisters here on this beautiful planet Earth. Shanti, peace be with you.